So I will be available from afternoon, guys. If you guys are okay with come to Hyderabad instead, you can come. So Vinay and so before we are using a AWS instance web AMI instance type. So we can use instance underscore count or we can use the count also. Okay. So we can add the volume size, we can add the volume type, and we can add the environment tags, instance type of T1 micro here, M5 and X large. We took the AMI also, we took the AMI, ASG AMI, auto scaling group AMI, and the volume sizes, volume groups. So you guys are understand about the you guys are understood about the Terraform and Ansible, right, guys? So guys, please practice Ansible and Terraform. So did we discussed about the modules in the Terraform, guys? So did we discuss the modules in the Terraform or not, guys? So we did not discuss about the variables modules in the Terraform, right, guys? Guys, say yes or no.
అంటే జనరల్ గా చెప్పారు ఇంకో మాడ్యూల్స్ గురించి ఓవరాల్ గా చెప్పలేదు.
ఓరల్ అని చెప్పలేదా?
జనరల్ గా మాడ్యూల్ క్లాస్ లో చెప్పారు.
వన్ సెకండ్, మీకు కొన్ని పంపిస్తాను, మీరు ఇవి వ్యాలిడేట్ చేయండి, ఓకేనా? Guys, don't send it to anyone, okay?
ఓకే బ్రో.
Yeah. Something like so here in the tagging, what we discussed in the tagging. So the locals and required logins. So these are the locals, guys. I will tell you one second. Yeah. So variables.tf. So what is a variable.tf? Variable.tf. In the variable.tf, so variable stage type equal to string description. So variable a function S3 key type equal to string description. So variable creator ID a variable. So we are keeping our variables in the here, guys. So variables in here, and yeah, you see, guys. So something like required provider equal to AWS, and the modules a dev module we are calling at the dev modules, and the Terraform S3, guys. This is a dev.tf, and so this is the lambda.tf, guys, and the main.tf. So whatever we mentioned, provider AWS region equal to this default tags app ID center Terraform environment, something like a data, guys. Here also we have a data. So these are the variables. So these are the Terraform backend.tf. So this is the backend. Guys, understood? You guys can watch this. You guys can watch. you guys can read that Terraform, you will understand, guys. Okay. Yeah.
Means we need to analyze that all the
Yes. You can analyze that one. Okay. And
so
yeah. So if you go through any documentation, guys, you can the task is something like a. So what is a module in the Terraform? How you can how we can use it? How we can use it in the stack? Okay, a dev stack, production stack, or whatever it may be, guys. This is the task you guys can can do it on tomorrow. Okay, what is a module in the Terraform and how we can use it in the stack? Guys, understood? Yeah.
yeah, bro.
So what we discussed in the AWS, guys, AWS services. What are the services we are discussed? We have completed. What are the services? AWS services.
EC2, IAM,
EC2,
IAM.
IAM, and S3 also, right?
S3 is not discussed.
Not discussed. S3. So today we will discuss about the S3, guys. So today we will discuss about the S3. So what we will discuss today, we will discuss about the S3, S3, AWS service S3. So what is S3, guys? Simple.
Full storage service.
Yeah, simple. What is that, guys?
Full storage
Storage
service.
service. So what it means, guys? Simple storage service. So what it means? So what it means, guys? Simple a storage a service. So for example, like in time, the real time, what is OneDrive? What is OneDrive and what is OneDrive and Google Drive, guys? Oh, in the real time. So what is OneDrive and Google Drive, guys? What is OneDrive and what is Google Drive? So initially, where we are uploading our recordings, guys. So we are uploading recordings in the Google Drive, right?
It's a cloud storage.
So what is that solution? So these two are also
Storage.
these two are also storage services. Storage services. If you see, if you create any Google account or Gmail Google account, you will get a 15 GB of 15 GB of a space, right? Or a storage. So you will allocate by default. If you create any Google Gmail or Drive account, you will get the 15 GB of a storage. We cannot save, we cannot save, we cannot store the, so we cannot store the something like 100 GB or 200 GB. So if you want, you will upgrade your storage and you need to provide you need to pay the amount in OneDrive or Google Drive, right, guys? The same way, S3 also, AWS also introduced a storage solution called it as a S3. So AWS also introduced a storage solution called as a S3 bucket. Guys, understood? Guys, understood or not? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, bro.
Yes, right.
Hello viewers, today we are going to this tutorial now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is a, yes, mute yourself.
time is done. So I am starting the tutorial now. First,
S3 simple storage service. What is that, guys? Simple storage service. So this is introduced by AWS services. This is one of the service in the AWS. So what is S3? S3 and why S3? Why S3? Guys, so in our application, so for example, this is the environment, guys. These are the two EC2 instances. So one is a app server, one is a app and DB server, guys. So sometimes like this is a Facebook or a WhatsApp, whatever it may be, guys. So this is the Facebook application. So the people are log into this website. The people are log into this website or something like a banking website, any one of the website, guys. So these are the end users. So end users are using the application. End users are using the application, and once they log into the Facebook, so it will write the logs. So what the logs? Application logs. Application logs means, so once the end user from login to log out, from login to log out, what are the activities which is done? What are the activities done in the application? So it will be stored under the application logs. It will be stored under the application logs. But the EC2 instance we spin up with 8 GB. We spin up with the 8 GB. This is the AWS, guys. This is the AWS. But before AWS, so where we need to store the, logs, guys. So for example, so this is the a data center. In the data center environment, so there are the two servers. One is a app server, and the other one is app server, and the other one is a DB server. So DB server, there is no there is no AWS, there is no AWS. This is a purely on DC. We need to we need to store the logs. We need to store the logs in the logs. Where we need to store our logs, guys? Where we need to store our logs? In the DC only. So they can create another server called as a, for example, NFS or FTP or whatever the server, and this server in this server in this server. So they created a mount point. They created the a mount point, something like app logs. They created the mount point, something like app logs with 1 TB or whatever it may be, guys. So with 1 TB or whatever it may be, and attach it to the and mounted to the app server, and mounted to the app server. So in this app logs, in this app logs, the application logs will be written on this server. But they created another server with the NFS network file sharing server, and they created the logs in the another server. They created the logs in the another server. But our application is something like it's a startup application. What is that, guys? It's just deployed. We don't know if it is if it is popular or not, if it is a popular or not. So what we will do, we assuming that so this 1 TB is enough for the sustain for the 6 months. 6 months, 6 months. So we said we assuming that this is enough for the 6 months. So if it is fill up with 3 months, if it is fill up with 3 months, we need to add manually we need to add another 1 TB or something, like whatever it may be, guys. So we can add another 1 TB, another 1 TB. So this we need to do a manual things. And for example, 1 TB. So 1 TB is sustained for the 6 months, but we are paying the money from day one onwards. We are paying the money from day one onwards for 1 TB, for 1 TB, right, guys? So we are not using, so per day we are using only 10 GB of 10 GB of space to store the application logs, but we are paying the money for 1 TB every day. So yeah, so here is there any cost reduction? How we can reduce the cost from here? So there is a solution called as a S3, simple storage service. This is also it's a type of a NFS storage, but it is a auto scaling. It is a elasticity. It automatically increases, and something like per day you used only 10 GB. So the cost will be for only 10 GB. The cost will be only for the 10 GB, and it will extend whatever you want. So it will extend whatever you want without uh, without uh, getting the permissions, or without getting the codes or everything. So we can automatically, if you add it, automatically elastic, it automatically elastic. This is the a benefit of the S3, guys. This is the a benefit of the S3, guys. Now you understood? Guys, understood or not? Guys, speak out, guys. Guys, understood?
Yes.
Vinay, you there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you understood?
Yes, I am.
Okay, guys, speak out, guys. Otherwise I don't know if you are understanding or not. I don't know, guys. So S3 provides some solutions, guys. S3 provides some solutions. So what are those solutions? So I already told you, right, guys, initially, uh, static website and dynamic website. So what is static and what is dynamic website, guys? I already discussed in the earlier classes, right, guys? Guys, speak out. Are we discussed or not, guys? So what is a website? Guys, what is a website or application? App or a API or a application? Guys, tell me, what is a website or what is a website?
The collection of web pages.
Very good.
Called
Collection of web
web
pages.
pages.
Yeah. What is the difference between static website and dynamic website, guys? So what is the difference between a static website and a dynamic website?
The static website is a web page where we need to store exactly the application.
Static website means there is no database, just a pages. just a web pages are available. So the only a web pages, web pages. For example, some of the organizations are they created only the pages are related to information about the company. So they are not using the storing the data. They are not using the databases. That is nothing but only static pages. So that is nothing but a static website. In the website, there is only a web pages. There is no related to the database. So there is no related to the database sign up, sign in, or something like just we just created the pages and deployed in the somewhere. So we cannot it is something like a wiki pages, guys. In wiki pages, what you are seeing. So did you post anything, or did you sign up anything, or did you send anything? So for example, wiki is the a static website. What is that, guys? Wiki pages. Guys, do you know wiki pages? What is wiki pages?
There, no database.
APJ Abdul Kalam. For example, you want to, guys, Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is one of the a static website, guys. Just so we are not uploading anything. We are not d- we are not uploading the any videos, or we are not uploading the any images or something like there is no database here. There is no a database here. So it's just a static web pages. So what is Abdul Kalam? So such a Wikipedia is the Wikipedia is a Wikipedia is the one of the static website, and dynamic websites. Facebook, for example, face Facebook. So in the Facebook, the database is involved. The DB is involved. You can upload the videos, like the videos, comments the videos, and save the videos, and upload the images, right? So this is nothing but a static website. In the S3, so the S3 we can deploy a static website. Got it, guys? So we can deploy the static websites. So static website. So static website, we can deploy a static website in the S3 bucket, and the versioning concept, versioning a concept, and the lifecycle management. So lifecycle management, versioning. So lifecycle, static website, versioning, and lifecycle, and yeah, I will tell you guys. Will tell you the later. The other one is the replication. What is that, guys? A replication. So what are the benefits in the S3 bucket, guys? Static website hosting. So static website hosting and versioning, lifecycle management, and replication. Guys, understood? So what is static websiting, guys? We can deploy a static website in the S3 bucket. So what is a versioning, guys? What is a versioning? So Vinay, do you know what is versioning?
mean, like it's an when you it's like a different religious style.
Mm,
Means we will
mm,
give the document, prepare the document for
mm,
the like initial document. It's comes under 1.0, right?
mm,
Like that, if any update is in the document,
mm,
we will versioning into 1.0.1. Like
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, guys. So in our computer, so hari.txt is there. Hari.txt is file there. So you are trying to upload a same file, hari.txt. Hari.txt. So is it taking, or it's showing something like a, or you replace it or duplicate? It's a duplicating. It's showing something like a duplicating, right? But the data is different. Data is a different from the two text files, but the name is same. Name is the same, but the file name is the same, but the difference is the data will be different on both the files. I want to keep these two files in the S3 bucket. How we can do it? We can enable the versioning and it will create a unique identifier. An unique identifier in the each object. Guys, yeah. So we can discuss about the object also. So we can discuss about the object also. So we can discuss about the object also. Object. So whatever you are uploading, anything, if you are uploading anything in the S3 bucket, that is nothing but a object, guys. Anything is nothing but a object in the S3 bucket. Object in the S3 bucket, guys. S3 bucket. Guys, understood, right? So anything. So object. So versioning means you understood. So if you want to upload the two files with the same name, but the data is different, you can enable the versioning. So you can enable the versioning. Static website you already understood. You understood about the static website. So what is the replication? So replication, something like your data is in the storage bucket, easy to something like region US East 1. So your data is so this is also from the AWS data center, right? Is there any earthquakes or floods or whatever it may be? Definitely the data will be lost. The data will be lost, right? We don't want to lose our data, so we need to copy the same data or whatever we are uploading the data, right? So whatever we are uploading the data, it will automatically copy it to the replication. Another S3 bucket, another S3 bucket, Frankfurt, US, EU East 1, for example, Frankfurt. So this is in North Virginia and this is in the Frankfurt. So we can copy our data. So whenever we copy the S3 bucket, right, it automatically copy it on the on the Frankfurt, because you enabled the replication. So what is this, guys? You enabled the replication. You enabled the replication. So that's the reason the data will be enabled. Something like you are writing the application logs into the storage, right? For example, so after 1 year, after 1 year, something like after 365 days. So after 365 days we need to, after 365 days we need to delete the data, delete the data. So after 180 days, after 180 days, we are moving from one storage, one storage type to another storage type. So Glacier is the cheapest one. We already discussed it, right, guys? The storages. So Glacier is the cheapest one. So we can, so initially it will store in the standard GP2, then we can store it in the Glacier or some other storage types, because of it will reduces the cost and the retrieval, and that retrieval also. So retrieval, something like after 360 days the people are retrieving the data oftenly means every 6 months, or every 6 months, once a time, and every 6 months they are uploading, they are verifying the logs, right? So that time after 365 days we need to delete that log, so we can enable the life cycle management, the versioning and the static websiting and the object, and the life cycle management, that replication. These are the topics in the S3 bucket, guys. Guys, understood? Guys, understood?
Um,
Yeah. So what is that, guys? Simple storage has solution. So understanding the storage in AWS, different types of storage in AWS. What is Amazon S3? Functions and concepts of S3, advantages and disadvantages of the S3. So requirement for the S3, understanding the pricing of the S3, creating and managing the S3 buckets, creating and managing the objects in the S3, uploading objects to the S3. So deleting objects and deleting the buckets and deleting the objects. So storage is available in AWS. Storage is available in AWS. Storage are important role in AWS to find the below storage available in the AWS usage. So uses. So Amazon S3 scalable storage in the cloud. It's a scalable. So Amazon Glacier low cost archive storage in the cloud. So EBS persistent block storage volume for the Amazon EC2 virtual machines. So in EC2 instances, which storage are you using? Are you using the EBS persistent block storage volume for Amazon EC2 virtual machines? Amazon EC2 instance storage, a temporary block storage volume for Amazon EC2 virtual machines. So Amazon AWS import and export a large volume data transfer, and AWS storage gateway integrates on-premises IT environment with the cloud storage. Cloud storage, AWS CloudFront, global content delivery and network, Amazon SQS, message and queue services, RDS, managed relational database servers with MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server. So Amazon DynamoDB, fast and predictable, highly scalable non-SQL data store. Amazon Elastic Cache, in-memory caching service. In-memory caching service. Amazon Redshift, fast, powerful, full managed petabyte scale data warehouse services. So databases on Amazon EC2, self-managed database on an Amazon EC2 instance. What is that, guys? Self-managed database on an Amazon EC2 instance. So what is AWS S3? Amazon Simple Storage Service is a storage in the internet. So we can use Amazon S3 to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere on the web. So Amazon Simple Storage Service is a storage for the internet. So we can use Amazon S3 to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere on the web. So we can accomplish these two tasks using the AWS Management Console. Which is a simple and intuitive web interface. Sign up for Amazon S3, create a bucket, add an object to the bucket, view object and move an object, delete object and bucket. Guys, understood? So S3 create a bucket and add an object to the bucket, view object, move object, delete object. So delete object. S3 is designed for remote data storage, low cost, pay as you go, no upfront cost, high availability, high bandwidth. So features, guys, 99.999% durability, 19.99% availability, designed to support concurrent data failures in two physical facilities. March 2006, Amazon launched a simple storage service. So when it was launched, guys? Guys, when it is launched, AWS S3 storage service.
March 2007.
So we can run the
March.
command. Next. Functions and concept of S3. So allows unlimited storage of objects. Objects is nothing but a file or video or whatever it may be, guys, containing a 1 byte to a 5 gigabytes each. If file contains either 1 byte to, so 5 gigabytes. Guys, 5 giga means 5 GB. So if you upload a file, at least a 1 byte to, so we can upload one file at most 5 GB, guys. Object consists of the raw object data and the metadata. Objects are stored and retrieved using the developer assigned key. Data are kept secured from the unauthorized access through the authentication mechanism. Objects can be made available to the public by the HTTP or a Bytron protocol. All objects are stored in the buckets. A bucket is simply a container for the objects. It is used to partitions to the namespace of the objects at a high level. Buckets are similar to internet domain names. They are accessed via bucketname.s3.amazon.com. So each developer account has a limit of 100 buckets. You can create a 100 buckets at a time. The limit is 100 buckets. A key is the unique identifier for an object within a bucket. So if you upload anything on the S3 bucket, it will treating as an object and it will creating as a unique identifier. A bucket and key together uniquely identify each object in S3. Every object can be addressed through bucket and key combination. For example, if your bucket is in my bucket and the bucket key is homepage.html. So the URL for the object will be, so http colon double slash mybucket.s3.amazon aws.com/ my webpage.html. This is the bucket name. Advantage of the S3: scalability, the amount of storage and bandwidth you need to scale as you like without any configuration changes needed. So the availability, speed, throughput, capacity, and the robustness is not affected even if you gain 10,000 users over the internet. Unlimited storage, you pay as you go. Pay as I go, inexpensive and the no capital outlay, great for the startups. So data is accessible from any location. Since it is based on the Amazon infrastructure, it is probably more reliable than other cheap data storage providers. Asset storage and CDN, data storage and static sites and web backups, mobile storage backend file distribution, we can use it, guys. Pricing charges for using S3 is based on the location of your buckets. You are billed according to the storage, data transfer, and the number of requests per month. There is no minimum fee to use S3. You pay for only what you use. So you can view your current charges incurred almost immediately on the S3 portal. So what is a bucket? A bucket is a basic storage unit in as Amazon S3. What is a bucket, guys? A basic storage in S3. It is a single level container and it's based on the key object associations. Subfolders are supported through specific content type headers and the substring mechanism. Upload and download are easy. So renaming of the folders, navigation of the complex hierarchy can be problematic. Bucket is a collection of objects, global unique UID, A to Z and A to Z 0 to 9, max 100 buckets are users, no limit on number of objects. So buckets, so equivalent of the directories, single common namespace across the S3 bucket. Bucket names can include slash, easy, MGAT gateway, backups, presentations, objects equivalent to the files up to 5 GB in space identified by the key. Guys, understood? how to access the, we'll show you tomorrow, guys. We'll show you tomorrow how to create a S3 bucket and how to use the static website, versioning and replication and the other life cycle management, guys. We'll show you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. I will upload the recording now only. Okay. After that, after the convert.